be proud of yourself every step of the way. So the energy I'm picking up on is that some of you are starting a new project, starting a new job, starting something new, maybe even for some of you, like going to a new school, starting college. I'm seeing some of you maybe feeling very overwhelmed and you don't really like see the true, you feel like nothing is happening, but you're putting in the work to do so. And this is just like a little mark on the wall. It's not a spider or anything like that, but I know at like quick glance it did kind of look like one. But that's the energy that I have. So be proud of yourself every step of the way. Be proud of the efforts that you are doing to, even just a small effort of like getting up out of bed in the morning or like opening your eyes. Like take a minute to appreciate the good that's happening in your life, your health, the fact that you have somewhere to sleep, the fact that you have Wi-Fi, a device to even watch, YouTube and watch me on your phone screen. Like, I think the opportunity, there's much to be grateful for. And I think it's important for us to remind ourselves there's nothing wrong with being proud of how far you've come, how resilient you've been. I think some of us kind of, the way society looks at things, it's like, oh, if you're being too proud of yourself, then you're just like being a narcissist or something like that. And that word gets thrown around, and it's a part of self-love, honestly, when you can appreciate the effort that you are putting every day to maybe get out of like the sadness that you may be feeling right now, or getting out of like the funk of like, I don't know, like maybe like there's a lot of things happening at your time. Maybe you live in a place where it's very humid and you just can't stand the humidity or something like that, Taurus. I'm just picking up on the energy of, I'm seeing actually, they're showing me a vision of a flower or a plant that is growing, and like sometimes putting water on the plant, you're not gonna see the plant sprout immediately. Like the seed you have to give it water, you have to give it a little bit of sun, and you have to be consistent with this approach of effort, right? Taurus, I am picking up on the energy of you growing something, whether that is a career, whether that is a new hobby of yours. What I mean by growing, you are actually putting in your energy, you're investing your energy to see something manifest and become reality. And it's a vision of yours, I see, Taurus, and not many people may share that same vision or even see the same vision. But as long as you keep going, you will see the benefits of your efforts. Take a moment to be proud of that effort that you are doing to grow your business, to grow spiritually, to grow mentally, to grow physically. Maybe you have, a passion to be a fitness trainer or something like that is what I'm picking up on this energy. It's like even though you may not see the results right now, the results are when you are taking rest, when it comes to like fitness, stuff like that. Like you may not see the results now, but the results will come. That's the message that I am picking up on for you, Taurus. Just keep going. And there's nothing wrong with appreciating yourself. There's nothing wrong with appreciating yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone ever try to tell you or convince you otherwise. Like, maybe you just started something new of like telling yourself, oh, I love you. And even though you may not like believe it in the moment, like you are actually showing up for yourself and doing things to show yourself that love. And even though you may not feel the love within yourself just yet, I am seeing that there is potential for you to actually feel that love. You will have a strong connection with yourself, and you will no longer feel codependent or even feel anxious. I'm getting some of you may feel, or some of you may be in a like anxious, avoidant type like relationship. And what I mean by that, it's like maybe the person who you've been reaching out or been trying to talk to has been a bit distant, and every time you talk to them, and they make time for you, like you get so happy. I'm getting the very strong image of like a dog when the owner comes home. Like if you may own a dog, like you will know that like your dog is so happy to see you. Sometimes dogs will even like scream or howl, and my version's like a scream that they're howling, and howling to me is like they're screaming in their language, you know? But howling is the appropriate term, and they're howling in like this excitement because they just can't believe that like their owner is finally home, and like that feeling of happiness is the same feeling that I am picking up on for you, Taurus. That's how you're feeling about your partner. But when they like go to work or something like that, there's this like almost a state of depression that maybe some of you go through. So it's like this wave of like, oh, now you're really happy. Then now you're really like, it's like this sort of sadness. But Spirit is saying your resiliency, be proud of the fact that you are showing up for yourself a bit more. And that's nothing to feel guilty about. It's how I'm picking up on this energy. Like you are in life and you are in the right place at the right time. And just because somebody else's timeline is different than yours doesn't mean that you're not in the right place at the right time. Like you will never miss your blessings is how I hear it. And don't let anyone ever make you think or feel in fear that you've missed out on some blessings. Like that's not how it works. Maybe the reason why this person, if some of you are like going through, some of you went through a breakup or something like that. My cat's gonna jump on. All right, is maybe the person who you thought was gonna be for you isn't for you, and it was a blessing in disguise that that person didn't stay in your life. And sometimes when we get stuck on that feeling that, oh, we believe that that was like a blessing missed, like that's you cannot miss. That's just a cycle of guilt that you're actually going through, and you're being asked to become aware of those things and forgive yourself so you can release yourself from the imprisonment of your own mind. If that is for those of Taurus I am speaking to, who have the power to climb out of that space, Taurus. The best way I can describe it is they're showing me that movie Holes. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like with the kids with the orange tracksuits and they're like digging holes and stuff like that. They're just showing me somebody who is like digging a hole for themselves through their thoughts, right? And they're not realizing they're the ones who are digging the hole for themselves. Like you're digging the hole for yourself when you are thinking negatively about yourself, because you're digging yourself in like a darker pit. You're like no longer in the light. When we speak in the light, you're speaking love into yourself. And speaking love into yourself and loving yourself, there's nothing narcissistic about that. There's nothing to feel guilty about to love yourself and to be proud of how far you've come. Release the self-criticism that you have for yourself, Taurus. And for some, they're showing me a vision of somebody who like lost a lot of weight and has like maybe feels a bit insecure about your body. When you start when you start speaking the love into yourself in front of the mirror, and you're able to have the courage to speak that love and speak it out, like, because when we speak out our love, it becomes our reality, and it helps us actually to hear what we're saying and what we're thinking. And when we approach that level of awareness I'm picking up on, it's that you are releasing that old self-limiting ways, and it will allow you to be more proud of yourself. It will allow you to appreciate everything everything you've gone through. I am seeing, Taurus, that for you for the month of July 2025, just intuitively, that some of you are releasing the old and entering a new era where you are getting yourself to a point where you are feeling the love that you have been desiring. I'm getting that some of you may have been praying, asking for unconditional love, and honestly, the only unconditional love that exists is going to be that relationship that you have within yourself, because you are with yourself all the time, 24/7. Yes, you may have other people, responsibilities that you have to tend to, but ultimately, the one who knows you best is going to be you and your thoughts, and that's that relationship that you have to build. You have to become more aware of like the self-criticism that you're giving to yourself, Taurus, and show a bit more self-love to yourself. There's more compassion, Taurus. Let's see what Spirit has to say. What is Taurus going through for July 2025? Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for blessing this reading. Taurus, you are... I was seeing the number 444, and to clarify, you are now having the Four of Wands show up in this deck that I am using, actually. It is the Four of Fire. I am seeing that some of you are feeling very anxious about your home life, whether this is a foundation with you and your partner and is bringing you a lot of anxiety. You know something that happened, and it made you feel isolated. Like you isolated yourself because you felt like no one is going to understand you. You felt like no one was going to support you, or no one was going to be there for you, or something like that. You felt discouraged about the foundation of the relationship, marriage for some. There's been something that's been making you feel a bit stressed out, and it could be this relationship. It could be an ending that happened, and it was like you felt disillusioned. I'm getting the word. You felt disappointed that this person made you believe something else, and you are seeing the truth for what it is. There's an emotional clarity. There is an emotional awareness I'm seeing. But some of you are trying to like push aside the anxiety that you're feeling about your relationship, and you're trying to like push that into your work right now. But I'm also picking up on like the energy of someone being aware of the power that they have within themselves, and understanding sometimes that you don't need the external validation to be successful. You don't need to live your life based on what other people say about you, or what other people think is like the right thing for society at your age. So like people may say, oh, you must be like married, have kids, and like at a certain age. And Spirit is saying like everyone is on their own timeline, and trust that you are in the right place at the right time, Taurus. So I am picking up on this other energy. You are feeling passionate about your person, and it may feel like you are happy, upset, mad, sad, like all of these emotions all at the same time, Taurus. And this person is just not really showing their emotions towards you, but they do love you. But there is a sense of somebody feeling like they were betrayed. They were hurt. You got hurt. It felt like somebody like broke your heart. It's how I'm hearing it. And now you're deciding whether you're deciding whether to walk away from this person and not deal with it. And so you're just trying to find that peace within yourself. But I do see at the same time, like there is, due to the fact that you have been putting your career at the forefront, I do see that there is success at this time. Like you may even also get a promotion. I'm seeing for some of you, I do see that there's an obsession with work, and this obsession with work has made you very fortunate at this time, whether you have seen the fruits of your labor yet or not. But I do see that some of you have maybe an unhealthy addiction that you need to work through, whether that is like avoiding your emotions. But make some time to build your social life, Taurus. You have friends who are there for you. You have met people who want to be in your life and have good intentions towards you, Taurus. All right, I'm going to move on to singles now. What do singles Taurus need to know? All right, singles Taurus, you do have somebody coming towards you. You do have somebody coming towards you, and they're very successful at this time. The way that this person is approaching you, it's almost like they have two-face. They could be a Gemini for some. Some of you, I'm also seeing that there is this truth, there's this clarity, and you are honestly, Taurus, those of you who I am picking up on, it's like this. Whoever is receiving love from this air sign, there's clarity, and you are like, well, the love that you're giving me is not enough. That's how I hear it. Like, you're literally on the verge of, like, singles Taurus, like, it's like you're not allowing just anybody to show up, and if that person's not showing up, meeting all of your standards, meeting all of your expectations, you're not giving them the time of day. And there is this person who also coming towards you, Taurus, who is very good looking, they know how to dress well. Their shoes are very important to them. I'm also picking up on, they like to wear patterns. They like patterns on, like, when they wear clothes and stuff like that. And it's a very passionate connection that they will definitely be open in the way that they communicate with you, Taurus. There's going to be no guessing with them. For July 2025, I am seeing ultimately that you are really putting in your work into becoming successful, focusing on your hobbies, your craft, making money out of the things that you love to do. So now you've switched over from doing a hobby, and now you're trying to see how to make money from that hobby is how I'm picking up on this energy, Taurus, for you. I do see that some of you were hurt in the past and are focusing more so on the relationship, on making yourself feel like the empress that you are, feeling like the goddess that you are, because you feel if you become dependent on a man making you feel like that, then your power is like ripped away, is how I'm picking up on this energy. I do see that those of you have, some of you have a man who is very successful. They're very flashy with their money, but this person, I'm getting like, it's either that they're giving me the energy of somebody who is just trying to play the strings. So somebody is trying to either put a facade that they're being one way, but they're actually being another. So like, they may come across and tell you, oh yeah, like, I'm just interested in you, wanting to be all about you, but like, they're not, it's just like fake. Like, how I can describe it's like, that's just how I see it. It's like this person makes you feel like they're not being completely truly honest with you, Taurus. I am also picking up on this other energy that's very passionate, and it's like, you guys probably, it was very heated. You guys, I'm seeing maybe some of you met, like, some of you possibly met this King of Wands at a bar. Ultimately, Taurus, the energy I am picking up on is that there were two options that you had, and both of them kind of betrayed your trust. But there's also someone else in the mix who's not seeing eye to eye with you, and there's no new beginning with this person. So, like, look, the woman is not even looking at the man. The woman here is not even looking at the men. And this is just like a little mark, so I will try to get that later, but she's not, so this pair is not looking at one another. So there's actually if I clarify this for you, the energy I am seeing is that Queen of Cups, you are very emotionally mature, Taurus, and you're no longer willing to sacrifice your time and energy for people who are not being truthful with you, who are not showing up as they're not showing up as what they're telling you they are showing up as. Like, somebody can tell you, oh yeah, I'm honest, I'm truthful, but like their actions are like not like matching what they're saying, and it's upsetting you. However, Taurus, and then you have this other person who's just like, he's just literally playing himself. Like, he's more worried about the game rather than actually learning and getting to know you, is how I see it. That's the best way I can describe it. And like, you already know this, and it's like, because you already know this, Taurus, you've been around this rodeo like far too many times. You're not staying to see who's gonna play you the worst, is how I pick it up. And there's no beginning that I see. And I do see, though, there is a lot of fortune. There's a lot of success around your business at this time, at your workplace, even. Those of you who are working under somebody, like, there is a lot of success. So, Taurus, so just want to send you so much love. You are a wonderful human, and just because somebody's actions, look, hear me out. A person who doesn't show up as the way that they told you they were going to show up, and their actions and words are misaligning every time, it is not your responsibility to teach that person how to show up for you in the way that you deserve, Taurus. There's a lot of people, and you may not feel like there's a lot of people because maybe you live like in a really small town or something like that. But if you move out of that town, and if you take the actions that resonate and are in alignment with what makes you feel happy and what's in alignment with your true purpose, you will know what's in alignment for you, because you have your own spirit team that you can consult and you can talk to, and you can figure out, okay, what is the best decision for me moving forward, right? That's a space and time that is sacred and is something that only you can do. And of course, if you want to, talk to other people and stuff like that, then that's how you go about it. It's entirely up to you. But the energy ultimately I am seeing, Taurus, is that some of you now are learning how to reinvest that love back into yourself. And that is a lot to be proud of. So that's all I have for you. Take care. Many blessings. Until next time, Taurus. Thanks for watching.